Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. In today's video, we are going to be making over the entryway in a super high-end restoration hardware inspired look. I actually went to their store for the very first time the other day and was extremely inspired by how beautiful everything looked, but I knew that I could make these things for cheaper or get a similar look for less. And I also am going to be using things for this reno from my huge hoard of things in my garage. I found a couple things in there that I thought would be great for this makeover. I even got something off of Facebook Marketplace as well, which is this cute little wall shelf hook thing. And I'll also share with you why it took so long for us to get this video out. Recently, there were historically horrible storms here that caused flooding, extreme damage, tornadoes, and major power outages for us, and I'll share more about that later in the video. But towards the end of the video, I got this hutch for $20 at Goodwill, and we are going to fix it up. It was obviously affected by that recent flood that we had, which is probably why nobody bought it and it ended up at the bins for only $20. We gave it a new purpose, and I decided to keep this one. So I'll show you how I decorated it in the end of this video as well. So stay tuned to find out all of this amazing stuff that we've been going through. We had a leak in a pipe that was right up here. It was just a crack in the drain pipe from the shower, and it was dripping slowly onto the ceiling, and it created right in that crack a black mold spot. So we ripped all of the ceiling out, and we also ripped out the wall and looked down in there all the way to the bottom to make sure there was no mold anywhere else. But because of that, we can't match this wallpaper. It's from 1970 something, and we had to do drywall here, so now we have to figure out a new wall treatment for this room. Open. We also have the wall to the stairs to do, and the wall by the front door has the wallpaper, and it goes up and over, and it goes on this side of the stairs as well. So we have to do something to cover all of that wallpaper. So after much debating and hours of searching in the store for a 1/4-inch product, we ended up just getting regular sheets of 1/4-inch plywood, and a neighbor actually had a table saw, and he helped us cut all of these down to 8-inch pieces, so that way we can do shiplap on the wall without having to remove any of the drywall and without having to remove the baseboard. It was the cheapest, fastest, and easiest, I guess, way of doing the walls. Instead of taking the time to remove all the wallpaper, or had we wanted to do real shiplap, every single one of these pieces, if it was real shiplap, would have cost $8 to $12 a piece. That means just one is going to be $8 to $12, depending on if you buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's, or what if you get 6 inches or 8 inches. These are 8-inch ones. I believe the 8-inch ones were like $10. So that was not going to happen. Each sheet of plywood was 4 foot by 8 foot. So we got 6 pieces out of each sheet of plywood for $30. So yeah, huge money savings there. And we may have some left over too to do other projects in the future maybe. I was thinking of doing my laundry room, but that is what we have going on so far. We're going to get these up, nail them on, not glue, not using glue in case one day we want to change this. I don't want to have to destroy everything to get it off. But we're going to nail these up, and we're going to stagger different sizes just so that it doesn't look like we have all the lines in the exact same place going up or something like that. But as we go up, we'll just make sure to stagger some random cuts. Even though we could just do one piece for every single row, we want to stagger the joints just so it looks a little more natural. And then we'll paint it after it's up. The first thing we need to do, though, is get these covers off of the plugs and the switches. While we're at it, we're going to go ahead and replace all of our outlets and switches. We did discover that some of the wiring in the house was done incorrectly, so I expect that we might find that in this case as well. Also, they are in that almondy yellow color, and we want to do all of ours in bright white. So we'll change these out while we're doing this project as well. I paint around the outlets and switches first so that we can get those covers on and keep our kids protected from touching the wiring. I'm also going to be painting this back wall in the same bright white that I'm painting all the rest. We still have to install the pieces along the top here, but we are getting so close. Now it is completely done and painted. I still have to paint way up there, but that's a 2-story high wall, and I'm going to have to get a special ladder for that. I don't know what to do as far as that goes. I've never painted up that high before. And now that it's so bright and light in here, I actually want to let more light in from these windows. So I think I'm going to take these side light curtains out. We had them in there for privacy, but I want to put something different in there. And it's also becoming glaringly obvious that this flooring looks really bad with the more modern walls. It just looks really old and a little worn, and those black marks remind me of shoe skid marks. Don't mind my mess over there, but it reminds me of the little shoe marks you get in hospital floors or cafeteria floors. So I want to change that up, but I just want to show you that all of the shiplap is done and painted now. I took 3 coats of white paint. I just did white in a eggshell finish, and I'm going to get some peel and stick flooring to go over top of our floors. We had a type of terrazzo in there. It wasn't the worst flooring ever. It was actually really easy to clean, but it's also great that it's super flat because this right here, this color matches our kitchen quite a bit, like pretty well, and it's going to lay perfectly over our flat tiles. We ended up getting 2 boxes and had a lot left over from getting 2 boxes, and it was really, really affordable, but then a huge storm hit. You can't see it. Hopefully we made it home safely from that crazy rain, and I'm just going to show you really quick how easy it is to lay that peel and stick flooring. I just laid it down and then stomped on it, and you can use a razor blade to cut it. We also used our Dremel tool to cut the weird shaped cuts around different things on the moldings or what have you, but it was so easy to put down, and I'll let you know as we have it how good it lasts. But here's a good example of why we haven't been on YouTube for a little while. Mommy's here. It's okay. So after all that terribleness, and while we were kind of stuck home thinking what to do, we decided to work harder on our Etsy store, getting things listed, and you all have been wonderful. We have already sold 8 things. Here's a couple of things that I still have up for sale in my shop, and it has been a really awesome experience. And if you want to check out my Etsy store, you can get to it through my website. So if you want to check out our Etsy shop, head over to my website. I use Squarespace to create my website, and it was so easy to use. So using their Blueprint AI, I was able to create all of this that you're seeing right now. I have an About Me section. I can even link all my social medias on here, which I really needed a place where all of my information was in one place for people who are trying to look up, like, how do they email me, how do they get a hold of my Facebook. I even posted my first ever blog post, which is like such a dream come true that I actually have a blog to post. I just can't believe it. But you can also sell things on here. You can do like even digital products. You can make a membership for your website, and they will help you make your whole website, which is what I needed because I literally know nothing about making websites, like literally nothing. So if you're interested in starting your own website, go to squarespace.com and do the free trial. Check it out and see if you like it. And when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/desertdiy and save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. I hope you really have fun making your website because I sure did. Now let's get back to the flooring. So we finished the flooring in one day. It was that easy. As long as you have a Dremel, it makes everything so much easier. And here you can see everything is done and ready to be decorated. So I had gone to the restoration hardware store, and I'm sorry for the video being a little dizzy here, but I just had to show you what it's like in there. I've never been in one of those stores before, never even thought to go. I didn't really even think about them. But it's like a gigantic showroom. This place was 3 stories tall, but I got so much inspiration from what they had in there. I could not afford anything in there, but I can use my brain and my creativity to make stuff that I can afford look similar, have the same vibe, and look high end, just like what they have going on. And if you are on a tight budget and you want to do a really awesome look for less, they have so many things there that can inspire you. And you can go to Goodwill or your local thrift stores and find things that you can make over, like this cool mirror. And oh my gosh, look at how beautiful the landscaping is on this. I just really had a good time looking at this, but you can make things on a budget. Time to enter the hoard. A skeeto? Was there a skeeto? Where's a skeeto? In the house? Alright, here's the mirror I'm coming for. Move this chair out of the way. There it is. It's all dirty. Can you help me?
I can help. I can't.
You can help me?
I can help me.
You can help mommy?
I can help Mama.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Put in the water.
Oops. Almost dropped it.
Almost dropped it.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's a close one. As you can see, I am gluing on these wooden half rounds to give it that high-end look like they had in that mirror that I showed you earlier. Also, Pottery Barn has a lot of these mirrors with the like rivet nail heads on there, and it looks so good. But the look that I'm going for is I want it to look like this mirror is metal, kind of like that one that was on the outside I showed you. It was in like a garden leaned up against the wall. But I want it to look like the wood is metal, and the metal would be like a coppery color, and then it was painted black and then kind of worn down over time. So I'm going to do a technique where I paint the mirror black first, and I'm using it satiny or like eggshell, I guess it's almost flat actually, color in black. It's called Anchor by Dixie Belle, and this has a sealer in it, so I don't have to do a clear coat over it. But I did 3 coats of this black on here, and then I'm going to do something with Rub and Buff. So I had used copper Rub and Buff in the past, and it looks like oil rubbed bronze. Actually, it does not look like copper at all in my opinion. But for this application, I think it would look really good, kind of like rusted metal, showing through the black paint. And I thought that would give me that same kind of look like the mirrors that they had in the restoration hardware store. And I'm going to use this in my entryway above my entry table. If you saw my last videos where I was decorating my entry table with tons of thrifted things, then you'll already know what my table looks like. But if not, I'll show you later anyways. But here I'm going to use that copper, it's called Spanish copper I think, Rub and Buff, and I'm going to put it onto a little foam brush, and I'm going to rub it along all the edges and across the top of each of these wooden half rounds. The orientation of the mirror was to be hung horizontal, but I want to hang it vertically to get that same tall look like they had inside the restoration hardware store. Also, we have really low ceilings, so when you hang things vertically, it helps your ceiling appear much taller. So my husband is changing the orientation of the hooks and the wire so that way we can hang it the right way that we want to hang it, and it looks so good here. Do you remember when I redid those lamps by just putting new lampshades on them? I got them for like $9.99 each at Goodwill, and they turned out so beautiful and high end. And now that I went to Restoration Hardware and got all that like inspiration to look really high end, I was able to really elevate them even more and make this whole thing come together. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I don't even have words for it. I'm so excited with how this all turns out, and I think you're all going to really, really like it and be extremely surprised with how high end it really looks with really cheap stuff. Like, I got this mirror somewhere at a thrift store for dirt cheap. It may be even from an auction, I don't know, but I know I probably spent less than $5 on it. But here's how it looks up close. It's really hard to get pictures of a mirror, so I hope you get the idea here. But look at how everything is coming together. I took your advice and I taped up all of the outlets and cut the tag off of the plugs as well. And I covered it with a plant. And now I'm going to put these cute little boxes in the center of the bottom of my entryway table. I got these from Tuesday morning, way back before they closed down. And then this tray I got from my garage as well. You might remember it from a past thrift haul. I think I got it from the bins, but I'm going to use this fusion paint to repaint the white part just to freshen it up. I mean, I could technically just hide these marks with like a book or something in there if I didn't have paint, but why not just make everything look nice and beautiful and high end while we're at it. I'll have a store linked in my description box for all the fusion paint that I used today, but it looks so good on here. I think the scalloped edge is perfect for summer. I also picked up some home decor pieces from the at-home store to put on here. I had this cute little potted plant, and I cannot remember for the life of me where I bought this little watering can. I think maybe Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure, but it is so adorable and it looks so great and fresh for my summer look in here. For summer, I really decorate kind of a little bit coastal, but mostly just totally neutral. So happy, green, and simple. I think summer is a great time to decorate really simply. But let's follow my brand new floor over to the other side of my entryway and start decorating where I put that cute little hope chest. And if you don't remember, I just flipped this hope chest for $5. We got this cute little hanging shelf and hooks off of Facebook Marketplace. I think I spent $10 on it, but we're going to hang that above that cute little hope chest, and it will be a nice place to decorate seasonally. Also a good place to hang the dog leashes or hats or whatever. We also got this beautiful little decorative wall piece from Hobby Lobby as well, and I thought that would help to finish off the area above the door. And we used the paint tape trick to hang it correctly, so that way we didn't have to do a whole lot of measuring. It turned out really cute up there. I'm glad that we did that. But now let's address these little side lights on here. I bought some, what do you call it? It's like a cling wrap that you put on your windows using water to make your windows look as though they are frosted, and it's easily removable. Like, it's not even sticky. It doesn't have any stickeriness to it. You use water to make it cling like a suction to your window. So I had bought one roll thinking that it was going to be enough for both windows, but it turns out I only had enough to do one window. But I'll show you how to hang it just so you can see how easy this is, because I'm sure there are so many of you watching that have windows you want privacy in without losing the sunlight. It also comes with a little squeegee thing and the razor blade that I used, which I thought was nice, so I didn't have to go searching for something out of my own tool stash to do this. But you're just going to kind of do it like wallpaper, where you smooth out any air bubbles and then take that straight edge thing and your razor blade and cut to fit your window exactly. Also, make sure to cut your piece a little bit bigger than your window, just because you never know. It may not be perfectly straight, so you want to just cut a little excess on your little window cling thing, whatever you want to call this roll of fake frosted glass, I don't know. But I wanted to decorate with this cute little painting. This painting is actually spoken for already. One of my viewers is going to be purchasing it, but I wanted to show it off really quick before I say goodbye to it. And I'm also going to use this beautiful wreath that I got for $20 from the at-home store. and I thought it was perfect blue for summertime. I'm going for that kind of coastal look. I mean, Houston is on the coast. These pillow covers are from Amazon, and they're gorgeous, and they look really high-end as well. So I'll link that in my Amazon store for you under my home decor section. And then I got these on clearance for less than $20 a piece at the Home Goods store, which is a really good deal for how huge they are. Had I bought these at Restoration Hardware or Pottery Barn, they would have been over $100, I bet. But they look so perfect for summer. It's like little lanterns or like a lighthouse kind of feel here in this corner. And yeah, I'm going to have to buy more of that window cling stuff from Amazon. But look at how cute. So that's from Hobby Lobby. This right here, I believe I thrifted it from the bins. It was in a haul from a long time ago. And then I got the hook thingy from Facebook Marketplace for $10. This was $20 at the at-home store. And then the pillow covers are from Amazon, and they were dirt cheap too, so right on budget. And then these came from Home Goods and were on clearance. And then this trunk was only $5, and I got the hardware at Hobby Lobby for cheap. And the next flip that I'm going to do for you in this video is this hutch. I got it for $20 at Goodwill, but there was something seriously wrong with it, and we didn't notice that until we took it home. So with all the flooding that happened recently, I believe this was something that came out of a house that flooded. So it did not have mold, which is the only reason I am willing to even do anything with it. And it just had some cracking going on the bottom, and you can see that strong water line right there on the side. And it's really too bad because other than this, had this never happened, this piece would have been as if it were brand new. But I found a date on the back that says it was made in 1927. That is actually the same year that my grandmother was born. So pretty amazing, and I thought that was a sign I just needed to keep it. But look at how warped everything is from being underwater. It's so sad to see that happen. But we're going to fix that all up. I have an idea of what we can do. So we're definitely going to remove all the yucky stuff out of it. I'm also going to remove some of these supports for the drawers that were on it because the bottom drawer was destroyed by the flood, and so we're going to remove the bottom two drawers and create a big open shelf there. We're also going to take off the broken molding on the front and fix the legs and put a whole new molding on the bottom. So my husband's going to take over and do this part. This is Manny. If you are new to my channel, my husband's name is Manny, and he is going to school full time, and right now he's on summer break. He is going to take a summer class pretty soon in July, but right now he is on a break, so he is working his tail off helping with Desert DIY and helping with my booth, which is called Historia. I do reselling in a booth, so he has been helping so much with all of that, as he always does. He's always been so supportive of my business, and actually I guess our business because we do it together. But he's going to just attach on some new 1x6 wood on the front and the sides to create a whole new look on the bottom of this hutch. I decided to go with this very deep dark green color because I thought that the piece had quite a bit of like an English look to it. And although it is a Federalist style, I just thought this was a very classic color. And for the edge here, I'm going to use a little foam brush to get along the edge so that way I don't have to tape anything off. This is a really great way to get a straight line, is to use these little foam brushes since they already have a straight edge on them. Now I'm going to use some black wax on the bottom of this piece. The reason I'm doing that is because the color is a little bit too red and it needs to darken up a little bit. So I actually went in and did 2 coats of this black wax, letting it set for a little while in between the coats. And once that was all done, it matched really, really well to the original color of the entire piece. And I used some Old English polishing oil to clean up the inside shelves here. They were in like brand new condition, other than needing a little bit of hydration. So I wiped it out with a dry rag first to get the dust out, and then I went in and cleaned it with that wood polish. I like Old English wood polish. It works really well and it's really easy to use. And you can find it at any store, any hardware store, or Walmart or Target. They all have it. But look at how great this turned out so far. I am so excited to start decorating this. And the reason why I put this flip in this video with my entryway makeover is because, as you can see in the background, this is right next to my entryway, and it has this flip down secretary desk in here that I thought would be great to put all of my cards and envelopes and stamps and stickers and things like that, and a cute little set of pens. So I'm gonna find all of my card supplies and put them in there. But first, I'm gonna put a cute little pothos plant up here, or pothos, however you say it. This is one of the plants that I got from Easy Plant, but I thought that middle section would be a great spot to put all my envelopes, and I'll show you a quick look at all of my cute greeting cards that I have. They're all blank inside, but I got these from Tuesday Morning a long time ago before they went out of business, and I have a lot to use, and I am never really using them because they weren't super accessible. I had them hidden away somewhere upstairs, and now I can have it downstairs right by the front door, so it'd be easy to write a letter, put a stamp on it, and stick it in the mailbox and flip that flag up so that they can be sent out. I've also had this little coffee mug for a really long time. It has a chinoiserie like decoration on it, and I got it from an estate sale. I think I spent $5 on it, which is kind of a lot for a used coffee mug, but I loved it. And I love gel pens. My husband bought me these gel pens for my birthday, so I put those in there and closed it up for a future time. And then my neighbor next door gave me this basket. It was leftovers from what she was going to sell in a yard sale, and I thought it was a really good size to put down here in this big opening. And even this basket was a little too small for this area, but this cute little scalloped green blanket that I have, it's like a quilt throw, I got on Amazon. I'll try and find it and link it for you, but I thought that'd be cute inside this basket here and help clean the room up as well. I had a skeleton key that fit perfectly in this lock, so I used it to open and close the doors on here. And I have a lot of decor all around my house that I thought would be perfect to reuse here in this spot. And I got this cute little ginger jar for $9.99 at the at-home store a long time ago and never found a place to put it until now. Yay! This you might recognize from my bedroom makeover, but I thought it would actually look even better inside this hutch. So I'm reusing that here. These are my grandmother's books, and also the book on the top I got from Tuesday Morning a long time ago. It has a little hidden compartment in there, which I think is so fun. I just love cute things like that that are whimsical, and in fact, I'm going to be decorating this with quite a few whimsical fantasy things in here. So this is dirt my mom got for me and jarred for me from Germany. And then I have a lot of little Harry Potter collectibles. I love Harry Potter. I was even wearing Harry Potter socks in the beginning of this video. But I've had these tucked away forever and never decorated with them until this perfect cabinet came along. So finally, after like 10 years of owning all these Harry Potter collectibles, I finally have a place to put them that looks really good with it as well. I think this cabinet has definitely a Harry Potter feel to it. And if you don't like Harry Potter, you can always decorate in a traditional way with a piece like this, like much of the first few pieces I put in there were very traditional. But look at how everything looks all together. I love this cabinet so much. So for now, I am going to keep it because I love it so much. And while I was doing all this, look at what my dogs were doing in the background. So I know you have all seen Piper a bunch of times, but this little guy here is Nino. So we picked up Nino from the dog pound in Arizona a long time ago. We've had him for, I would say, 10 years, I think. Wow, that's hard to believe. Maybe 9 years. But he's 14 years old, give or take. We don't know for sure. But he holds his own. Look at them playing together. How funny is that? When we picked him out for a different dog that we had at that time who had since passed away now. But we wanted to get our other dog a partner, and we picked him because he was the ugliest dog at the pound. He had not been groomed in probably years. He looked really scary. He looked like a gremlin, and he had these bright ambery yellow colored eyes, and he just looked terrifying. But now we've cleaned him up since then, obviously, and he's such a great little guy. They make each other so happy. We call them the odd couple. But look at how great this looks in the room. I'll give you like a more zoomed out look of how this turned out, and the beautiful richness you can see better in this picture. For some reason, this picture really shows what it looks like more in real life. Here's Piper for size reference. But yeah, this deep dark color is really how it looks to the eye in person. I think it looks stunning. I am so glad that I saved it from the Goodwill outlet bins, because had I not bought it, I don't know what would have happened to it. Nobody was interested in it there either. And I actually didn't even notice that it had been flooded when I picked it out. I was just like blown away by its beauty and didn't even think to look at the bottom of it before I decided to pay for it and go pick it up. Let me know what you think of this makeover, and also what you think of the makeover in my entryway. I am going to show you a full reveal here in just a second after I'm done admiring the beauty of this cabinet. But let's look at the before, what we started with. And now the after. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting our channel. It has been a really tough time lately, and we are so thankful for all of you. I'll see you next time. Bye!